Hi, my name is Megan. Thank you for joining me for your practice today. We are in the third trimester of our prenatal series, and this class will be a slow flow with the majority of the practice spent in standing postures. So depending on where you're at in your pregnancy, depending on where you're at in trimester 3, a lot of the ups and downs we see in a flow style practice may not be feeling great anymore. So we will be spending most of our time standing and transitioning from standing positions at the top of the mat. So you can look forward to that. Hopefully those will feel more easeful in the body, more gentle in the body as we explore different shapes. I have a few different props handy. You don't necessarily need them, but we can incorporate them in a few places for a bit of extra support and comfort as we move in and out of different shapes. So I have 2 yoga blocks near the top of my mat. I also have a small hand towel for some bind work we will incorporate in class. If you have a yoga strap or something that resembles a yoga strap, that's great. I also have a bolster and a blanket. And again, that's for some more comfort as we move into a few of the different, more restorative style shapes to close practice today. All right, a lot of information, but once you've been able to absorb that, you're feeling good, you're ready to move, meet me here in a comfortable seat, cross leg, bound angle, hips on heels, whatever is most grounding for you for these first few moments of practice. And so wherever you are, however you land here today, can you close down your eyes and find a place for your palms or the top of your hands to settle? It might be over your belly and your baby as you take a few moments to just connect to self, connect to baby, connect to this moment that we are currently in. Please remember that this is your time to move and nurture your body. So if anything doesn't feel good along the way, skip it, modify. No rush. Take your time so that you're able to really take everything you need from this time you've carved out to be on your mat. And take a few more breaths right where you are, especially if the transition from your outer world and your day to this space feels a bit more challenging. It's taking a bit more time. Take a couple extra breaths. Then we'll meet together with the eyes open, still in a comfortable seat. Can you move into seated cow-cat? So bring your hands to the front of your knees or your shins and use your inhale breath to slowly guide your chest forward. Lift up through your chest and your gaze. And as you exhale, can you add a slow rounding into the back body, a gentle tuck of your navel in as you tuck your chin to your chest. Again, inhale breath, peel your shoulders back, lift up through your chest, your gaze, and exhale that soft rounding in. So from this side, a few more rounds together. Inhale breath, open up, and exhale round. 2 more. Let your pelvis move with this shape. Exhale. Okay, so we're not anchored here in any way. There is movement, it's fluid, the breath guides you. Take as many of those as you need. And then meet back through center when you're ready. Okay. Let's take the right hand down to the mat, bring your left hand to just the base of your head. And slowly hinge over your right side. Soft bend in your right elbow. Send your left elbow up towards the ceiling. A soft and slow opening for the lateral line of the body. Inhale will bring you back through center. Let's switch over to the other side. Right hand to the base of your head, left hand down to the mat. And a slow hinge over the left side this time. Lift your elbow up, maybe your chest, your gaze open up. As you breathe space into the side of your body. Inhale will bring you back up through center. Both sets of fingertips tent up on your mat. Give your shoulders a big roll. Exhale, let them melt down. And meet in a tabletop position. So roll over onto all fours. Spread your fingertips wide. Your knees can align hip distance or slightly wider. Okay. 3 cow cat from tabletop. Inhale breath, let your belly fall. Always using these first few moments, exhale round of the practice to just start to get to know the body today. Inhale, belly will fall into your cow pose, and exhale, you round through cat. Okay, every day of pregnancy, especially coming into this third trimester, starts to feel really different. So honor what you need, how your body feels today. And let's meet back through center. Okay, find a flat back, broaden across your back body. With your inhale, can you reach your left leg back and your right arm forward? Think of reaching your fingertips and your left heel in opposite directions. Exhale, lower back down to the mat. Other side, inhale breath, squeeze into your back body, lift up through your right heel, reach your left fingertips forward, and exhale, lower back down. Let's take 2 more rounds like that, creating some warmth in the body. Inhale breath, reach up. And exhale, lower. Inhale, reach. And exhale, lower. One more time to each side. Inhale. And exhale, anchor in. One more time, inhale. And exhale, tabletop. Walk your hands slightly forward, spread your fingertips wide, downward facing dog, tuck your toes. Press away from the mat as you lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Let your head hang heavy. And explore this shape in your body today. Pedal your knees a few times, sway your hips. Think about lifting your sit bones up towards the ceiling and create a bit of ease and softness across the belly. Okay, the back line of the body is supporting you here. If you're holding some tension in the back of your head, can you give your head a gentle shake? No, yes. And slowly rise up onto your tippy toes. Bend your knees a lot. Wide steps all the way forward to the top of your mat. This might be where your blocks come in handy. Take one under each hand. So you are in a variation of forward fold. So we don't fully surrender over into the fold. There's a bit of lift, space for the belly to soften. And then take an inhale breath, create a bit more length for your spine. Exhale, soften into the shape. 2 more like that. Inhale, breath, lengthen. And exhale, soften in. Can you do that one more time? Big inhale, breath. And exhale. Okay, make sure you can anchor through both feet, bend your knees as much as you need to, bring your hands to your hips, and slowly rise all the way up to stand. Once you get here, give your shoulders a big roll. Okay. Feet can stay nice and wide. Just make sure you feel stable here. Use your inhale to reach your arms all the way up overhead. And as you exhale, side bend over towards the right. So you might find a soft grip on your left wrist. Maybe you drop your right arm down alongside your body. Okay. But that soft opening again for the lateral line. Okay. Lift up through your chest, maybe your gaze. Inhale will bring you back up through center. Explore that on the other side. Slowly hinge over towards the left. You might bind your right wrist or lower your left hand down from or to your outer leg. Okay, so you are here or here. Okay. Take an inhale breath. Settle in with your exhale. And then inhale will bring you back up through center. Exhale, land in mountain pose. Arms alongside your body. Give your shoulders a big roll. Anchor through both feet. Hi, you're welcome to close down your eyes here and take a few breaths. Land back into your body. Check in with the energetic shift as we moved away from the ground into this standing posture where we're able to invite a bit more energy and life into the practice. Maybe your breath starts to feel a bit more full. Okay, blink your eyes open. Keep your right foot at the top of your mat and step your left foot back to land in a warrior one. So you have a pretty wide stance, especially if you need some extra room for baby and belly. Okay, so front knee is bent, back leg is long, and your back toes turn out just slightly so there's enough to create some ease in the hip. And once you feel stable in your lower body, really deep bend in your front knee, quads are on, glutes are on, spine is tall, you may start to reach your arms up overhead. Okay, and this is option one. You can stay here, hold, breathe through that strength, stability in the lower body, and feel the space open up in the upper body. Option to slowly take your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, and inhale breath, roll your shoulders, lift your chest. As you exhale, allow for a slow hinge forward. A variation of humble warrior. You're welcome to work towards any depth available, but be mindful to avoid compressing the belly. So better to keep a bit of extra space versus collapsing belly towards right thigh. Continue to squeeze into your shoulder blades, send your knuckles behind you. And then take a big inhale breath, reach your arms overhead, lift up through your chest. Then exhale, bring your hands to meet at heart center. Slowly pivot onto your left toes. So you're high on the left toes, heel is lifted, and settle into a lunge shape. Some of you may wish to slide your left toes back to create a bit more space. Right away, I feel it here in the front of my left thigh. The inner thighs are speaking to. So take a moment to just land in the new sensation. Okay. With your arms overhead, inhale breath. On your exhale, can you open your torso towards the left side of your space? So right fingertips reach forward, left fingertips reach back. Inhale will draw you back up through center crescent lunge. Let's try that again. Exhale, torso opens towards the left. Inhale back through center. So stable in your foundation. One more time. Exhale, open towards the left. Inhale will bring you back up through center. Exhale, bring your hands to heart. Now take a step towards the top of your mat with your left foot. That might mean small steps or one big step, left foot to the top of your mat. Good. From here, we'll move into our first balance tree pose. We'll keep working the right leg. So when you're ready, shift your weight over to the right foot. Bend your left knee up in towards the, and probably not too much in towards your belly, but more towards the outer line of the body. Open up your left knee and bring the sole of your left foot to either your ankle, your calf, or your inner thigh. Okay. Hands can stay at heart center. Once you feel stable and balanced, the invitation to move to any arm variation that feels good. Bind behind you, cactus arms, full extended arms. A lot of variations, but take the one that really serves you in this moment. There's this energetic drawing in of the inner right thigh and the left foot, length up tall through the spine. Notice where your balance is at today. The drishti, our focused concentration, our focused gaze on one point often can help us to anchor into the balance and anchor into the moment. If you feel really wobbly today, you're welcome to use a wall nearby, a chair, something to provide you a bit of extra support, as well as using the first variation with the left foot at your ankle to be a really great option to support you in opening up the hips, but maintaining more stability in your foundation. Take a couple more rounds of breath. Take another inhale to lengthen tall. On your exhale, bring your hands through heart center, your knee slowly through center. Use your left hand to support so we don't fling out of the shape. Both feet flat to the mat. Mountain pose, but start with a big inhale, lengthen out, exhale. Hands come through center and meet your side body. Okay. We'll work through that sequence now on the other side. Meet me when you're ready. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, step your right foot back now to warrior one. So warrior one tends to be a shorter foundation than our lunge. So we'll start with a really short foundation, but wide stance. Lots of room for the hips, space for length along the spine. You can reach your arms up overhead as you settle into this foundation. Deep bend in your left knee. Think of stacking your front knee and ankle. Okay, quads, glutes are on. Now you can stay here with your arms overhead, option to interlace. And take this slightly awkward grip, so opposite pinky in front, just to promote symmetry, explore something new. Inhale, breath to lift and lengthen. On your exhale, slow hinge. Okay, towards your humble warrior variation. So remember, we are not necessarily moving towards an edge that we may have had access to previously. Okay, avoid compressing the belly, resting the belly on the left thigh or squeezing it tightly in towards the inner thigh. Hey, use this as an opportunity to explore some length along the spine, an opening across the chest, and to challenge the strength in your lower body. Good. Next inhale will bring you all the way back up. Take a moment to reach your arms overhead if you took the bind, warrior one. And exhale, bring your hands through to heart, hands to hip. Slowly begin to pivot onto your right toes, land in your crescent lunge. Upper body is still tall. You might widen the stance. Acknowledge any new sensations and then reach your arms up overhead. Inhale, breath tall here in your crescent lunge. On your exhale, a slow opening towards the right side of your space. Inhale, breath will open you back up through center. Exhale, move to the right. Okay, hold that strong foundation. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, breath. And exhale, open up. Inhale will bring you back up through center. Exhale, hands through heart, hands to hips. Find that soft buoyancy and step a few times or one big step to the top of your mat. Mountain pose. You can take an inhale breath to reach up. Exhale through center, flush it out. Tree pose, left side. Shift your weight into your left foot. Bring your right knee up towards your body. Avoid compressing into the belly. We want to keep the hips open. And then you're welcome to take the variation that's available on this side, whether it's the sole of the foot to your ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Good. Hands can meet at heart center while you begin to settle into your body, into the pose, into the balance. Any arm variation that is calling to you in this moment, you're welcome to take it now. Arms overhead, cactus, interlace your hands behind you. No right or wrong, but feel that energetic drawing in through the midline, the length up tall through your spine, and the steadiness and ease in your body, your gaze, your mind as you land into this balance. Wherever you are, take another inhale breath. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, grow tall. And exhale, eventually hands will meet back through center. Use your right hand to support the release of your right leg. Land both feet flat to the mat. Mountain pose, you're welcome again to take that big inhale breath, exhale, settle in. Okay. And then from here, let's take a big step back with the left foot. Turn to the long edge of your mat, left side. Okay. Good. So we'll move into some open hip poses from here. Last bit of our standing sequence. Start with your right foot and turn it towards the right top of your mat. Okay, and I have a block handy here. I'll be using it for this shape. We'll move into a extended triangle pose. So if you have a block or a prop that is equivalent handy, that's nice to have for this shape. Open your arms up to a T position. Find the length through your spine. On your exhale, reach forward through your fingertips, slowly hinge at your hips, and bring your right hand to meet your block. I have mine on the right pinky toe edge of the foot. You're welcome to explore it on the inner line, big toe edge of your right foot. I find I'm able to create a bit more space with the block behind. Now your left hand can land on your hip to help stabilize. You can continue to reach it up. Okay, some of you, it may feel good to sweep your fingertips up and overhead. So we find that lateral sensation, that opening through the lateral line of the body. And just a note, I'm not mirroring you at this moment. I'm on the same side, so right foot is forward, left leg is long behind you, left arm will reach up and over here in your extended triangle pose. Good. On your next inhale, come back up through center. Bring your block with you. Okay. Move through center. Bring your block into your left hand. We'll set up on the other side. So your left toes turn to face the back of your mat now. Turn your right toes in as much as you need to avoid any pulling or discomfort on this right hip. Inhale breath, open your arms up to a T, anchor through your strong foundation. Inhale breath, lengthen, and exhale, slowly hinge over the left side. So you can lower your block down, plant your left hand on top of your block. I have mine at the highest setting, gives me the most amount of space. If this doesn't feel great, fingertips can rest just on your shin. Right arm will reach up towards the ceiling. Anchor to your right hip if that feels more comfortable, or sweep your top arm up and over. Squeeze into your inner thighs, bend softly into your knees if you need a bit of release. Look up if the neck allows, or down if the neck does not allow. A few more breaths. Once again, bring your block with you. Inhale, rise all the way back up through center. Move really slow, never rushing. And come back into, this is 5-pointed star. We'll just meet in the middle here. And then bring your right hand, your block into your right hand. Okay, so this time, we will move into a warrior 2 with an extended side angle transition. So your right toes will turn towards the top of your mat. Bend deeply into your right knee. Open your arms up to a T. Okay, and here we are in our warrior 2. Now this might be a great place to stay. If the block is not serving you in this moment, you're welcome to place it down for a moment. Relax your shoulders from your ears and send your gaze over your right fingertips. This is warrior 2 as you open up through your hips, settle into your lower body. Stay here for as long as you like. If you'd like to add the extended side angle, here's your option. Your right elbow to your right thigh, or use your block at the pinky side edge of your right foot. Sweep your left arm up and over. Okay, so you hold here in warrior 2. You drop your elbow, or you use your block for support. Okay. Challenge yourself to land in this shape for a few rounds of breath. Realign as much as you need to find comfort. No compression of the belly. Okay, a lot of strength in the lower body and opening in the upper body. And I'll add one more option to transition in this shape into another balancing pose, half moon. So if you would like to move into that now, bring your left hand to your left hip with your prop in your right hand. Look forward. Hop a few steps in with your left toes until you can slowly lift your left leg up away from the mat. Kick your left leg behind you. Hips are still open as your left hip stacks on top of your right. Press away from your right hand. And you might take your left arm up. If it feels better to keep it here on your hip, stabilize. Squeeze into your right quad and glute. Continue to open up through the front line of the body. And if at any point it starts to feel like way too much, take your soft transition back into your extended side angle or your warrior two. We'll eventually meet in one of those poses together. Take your time though so we can transition. Few rounds of breath in whatever shape you're holding or exploring. And over your next couple breaths, can you meet me back in warrior two? Don't forget your block. And then back through center. Let's relax the arms for a few moments. Bring your feet in, sway your hips from side to side. We're so close to finishing off the standing portion of this practice. Really great work so far. Let's widen the stance again. Open up here, bend deeply into your front knee. Warrior two, left side. Again, you're welcome to get rid of your block if that's an easy transition for you, feels okay in your body. Warrior two, deep bend in your left knee tracks left ankle, arms open to a T, and this might be exactly where you stay. Option to transition to your extended side angle. Your left hand might meet your block or your left elbow to your right thigh. Left elbow to your left thigh as you sweep your right arm up and over. Okay. If you came into that shape, feels like too much, you hold here, warrior two. This is a challenging shape on its own, so find your breath. If you're in extended side angle, continue to squeeze into your strong quads and glutes. Enjoy that space opening up across the front of the body. And then you're welcome to transition to your balance here on the left side, your Ardha Chandrasana half moon pose. So take your left hand onto the block, look slightly ahead of your left toes. Slowly find that little hop. I'm gonna bring my right hand to my hip just for ease of transition, helps with stability. Take your left hand forward as you slowly reach your right leg up and back. Right hip stacks over the left. Torso is open to the space in front of you. You might take your top arm towards the ceiling, keep it on your hip. If you have a bind or another variation you're playing with, you're welcome to explore that. Gaze can settle down if that helps with your balance and creates ease in the upper body, or lift up towards the ceiling. I find that definitely to be a bit more challenging. Stay here for a few rounds of breath. So whether you're in your half moon, your extended side angle, or your warrior two, take as much time as you need to settle to your depth, transition back, and we'll meet in warrior two after a few more rounds of breath. Meet in warrior two, have your block with you, slowly press away and turn to face the long edge of your mat one more time. Okay. Slowly hinge forward into a wide leg forward fold variation. Just like we did facing the front of the mat, can you keep your chest slightly lifted so there's lots of space for the spine? No compression in the belly. You can pedal your knees from side to side to let go of that standing work we just did. All right, and then take your block. Bend your knees as much as you need to. You can shorten your stance. Transition to face the top of your mat. And just with as much grace and ease as you can, lower down onto your knees. And sit back, hips on heels. Really great work. A lot of different standing shapes to explore in the body. Roll out your shoulders a few times. You can close down your eyes, give yourself permission to let go of that standing work. Land in your body now in this moment. Then when you're ready, roll over the right or the left side. Okay. This is where you may want to have one block just as we start to close off from the standing work. One block handy, lower down onto your back. Actually, before you lower down, let's also, if you do have a bolster, let's bring it. Blanket is nice to set up. If you're comfortable using your blanket, have that nearby and set up. And one more thing, we'll also have our strap or small hand towel nearby as well. Okay, I should be able to access all of that once we get into this. So come onto your back all the way down. With your feet flat to the mat, knees point up towards the ceiling. Reach for your strap or your small towel. We'll do a few poses here on the mat to just unwind from the standing work, nurture the body in a way that hopefully will create some ease for your final rest in Shavasana, corpse pose, side lane position. We'll get there soon. Let's lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. And I'll just show you your options here. Option may be to interlace your hands somewhere to the back of your right leg. Notice your leg will most likely come out slightly towards the right to avoid compressing the belly. Okay. This may also be where your strap or your towel come in handy. Wrap your strap or your towel over the arch of your foot or the big toe mound of your foot. Light grip on either side of that prop as you assist your leg to move closer in towards the body. Okay. So nice stretch for the back of the leg. This is a great place to stay, but I'll invite you to explore another variation by taking both ends of your prop into your right hand, your left hand to the front of your left hip. Slowly open your right foot towards the right side of your space. So you'll notice this may feel even more comfortable for the belly, less compression, more space to open up into. Although it may start to feel quite intense in the inner line of your right leg. Okay, so depending on what you're looking for, whether this stretch felt really good or this one is exactly what you need in this moment, take what it is your body is asking for. Your block may also be handy depending on the depth you have in this shape. If you open up your leg nice and wide, you can rest your right leg onto your block. I invite you to stay here, linger in this shape for as long as you like. Allow the rest of your body to really soften into the mat below. Then we'll slowly meet back through center when you're ready, but no rush. Release your prop. Bring your right knee to the right side of your body just to soften. Come out of that hamstring and inner thigh stretch. And we'll prepare for the other side. Lower your right foot down to the mat. If you used your block, shift it over to the other side. And explore your options on the left side. Draw your left knee in slightly over towards the left and extend your leg up towards the ceiling. If you're comfortable here, there's that soft grip somewhere on the back of your left leg. If you have the prop and that's feeling really good, hey, set yourself up with the prop over the foot. One hand on either side of the prop, whether it's a strap, a towel, t-shirt. You can really get creative here. We just need enough length to not force too much into the back of the left leg, just enough that we can add that slow, soft pressure. If you're exploring the opening, take both ends of your prop into your left hand, right hand to the front of your right hip, and slowly open towards the left. So work within your own range. If you do open up to your block, it might feel nice to really settle in there. Okay. If you're cramping at all, come out of the pose, readjust, come back in when you're ready. And linger in that shape for as long as it feels good in your body. Take a few more rounds of breath. Always coming in and out of these shapes with control, with the same integrity. And then when you're ready, slowly release left knee in towards the left side of your body and lower down. One more pose before our final rest. A supported bridge with your block. If you have that handy, press into your feet, knees point up towards the ceiling. Lift up through your hips and slide your block to rest at your sacrum, the flat part just at the base of our spine. Allow for that slow opening through the front line of the body. Just a gentle inversion to balance out energy and blood flow. Can keep your hands on the front of your hips, resting over belly and baby. Might feel good to take cactus arms. You may explore a bound angle shape, soles of the feet together, knees open up. You can add a gentle rock. Lots to explore in the body here. Stay for as long as you like. When you're ready, press into your feet, lift your hips, slowly slide your block out from underneath you and lower down to your mat. Pause for a moment, acknowledge any shifts in energy, changes in the body, check in with how you feel. And then you can set yourself up for your final rest, relaxation in any position that feels good for you. So I will demonstrate a couple options depending on how you feel, where you're at in your pregnancy, and what props you have access to. You're welcome to take Shavasana with your bolster just in behind your knees. Come onto your back and find a comfortable place to rest your arms. Okay. So that's one option. Another option would be to take your bolster and set it up between your knees. I have a blanket handy here, but you can also use a block if you have a nice soft block, your towel, to act as a pillow as you move into a sideline position. Take a few rounds of breath wherever you chose to land. You're welcome to take your side lying position on the right or the left. If you don't have a bolster, I'm doing a lot of things with the props here, but if you don't have a bolster, a block between the knees works great as well. And if you don't have a pillow option handy, you can also use your bottom arm. The bicep should be nice and comfortable to rest your head as well. Take your time to find the most comfortable, cozy, nurturing, safe place to land for your final rest. I will leave you here in this rest, but I encourage and invite you to take as much time as you need, as much time as you can to truly absorb this time in rest. As your body begins to absorb the benefits of the practice, you begin to heal, regenerate, re-energize. Wherever you are, take in a big breath of gratitude for your strong and healthy body. Exhale, drop into it. Take a big inhale breath for the human you're currently carrying along with you. And exhale, drop in. Take one more big inhale breath for you and for baby and for this moment that you have to be together and move together. And exhale. Thank you so much for choosing to practice with me today. Such a pleasure to guide you. Namaste.